If you don't know these guys, you might have been hiding under a rock for a while. Here they go, here they come. They're getting the crowd hype. That's what we want to see. Myth getting everyone going here. Duos action for them today. Let's see what they can do.
He's a trophy.
Put it back there.
Good lads. Thank you.
Security.
Bad luck if you touch those.
Yeah, it is. That other team is already building their way towards this fight.
And what may have started as an upper hand is now about to turn around here. It's a little bit of a slow fight, which we've been talking about, duos.
And NICKMERCS just took out Vivid and Poach. It just came through in the action feed. That is a massive set of pickups for NICKMERCS and Aydan, who I think a lot of people underestimated. We talk about them so much as having kind of that gimmick of the Kings of Tilted, but they in game one seem to be going off.
Circle starts to move here, going into the 6th one. I love that sound, by the way.
Skyd is trying to just angle his way through anything he can. 4 clingers in the inventory that we just saw, and they're going to become prevalent as here goes the movement. All the way with that storm. This build path is going to flow like a river, up the river and back down, because it is following its own track. A lot of eliminations just came through as Animal and Aspect trying to track it forward. Underneath them, Ghost, Bizzle, and Demo are making their way in. Myth's still alive. We're keeping an eye on that name because he's under so much pressure from people. That's why I'm tracking him so much. He had clingers, he had people shooting at him. 7 SSK7!
That was full damage.
Vinny just got himself an elimination. I saw it in the action feed here as well as Demo's tracking. He's one of the first ones on the move. And Chap, Zextro, at the bottom, on the floor of this move, and Zayt, look at this position for Saf and Zayt. That is what you want to see right now. If they have the materials to keep going, they have 55 builds on Zayt for now.
Just a lot of buildings here. This is going to be really difficult for players to make it through. Zayt and Sapphire still on the high ground. Right below them, we have Momentos. Looks to be alone. No Vexy is with him.
Saf and Zayt, they do have the builds. They have ammo available. Aspect picks one. 72 hours has got camo. Just saw that in the action feed as BloodX very low on the bottom. 2 eliminations for Saf and Zayt as they're trying to just keep as much of this position as they can. Tyovsky just got 72 hours. Talk about showing up in his hometown here. Tyovsky on Polish soil doing very well in game 1. Aspect with 2 eliminations to his name. Mitro's still in this game as he took down Svenos.
Svenos dropping down there, as I said. I don't think Tyovsky can make it out of this one, though. He is always dropping very low. He did eventually go out. Demo taking out.
We're down to 5. 3 duos remain, and Aspect and Animal must be in such a good position. Demo, Animal at the bottom. It's 4 players remain. Is this a 2 versus 2 as Demo had fallen? Animal knocked in the storm. Aspect getting pressured from the top as Zayt trying to drop down on him as Saf is there as well. Saf trying to find that angle, looks for the shot, doesn't quite get it, but it's enough to finish them off with a victory royale for Saf and Zayt.
3 out of the 5 teams there dominated North America. But we need to give a shout out. Tyovsky and Nero, the local hometown heroes, making it into 5th place.
The awareness here is just great. Look at this, working together as a team. Just
over the top, though, goes Excalibur. And NICKMERCS has taken a pause on this one for now. Katowice does have that Rift to go as well. This is a pretty solid inventory. You've got that AR, you've got the damage. Does get damage in response, but down to 24 health. Aydan did get dropped from that Katowice. They can't quite push for the final part of this elimination, and NICKMERCS is going to guard for now. Oh, does get the first shot off against Excalibur, but that's Aydan and NICKMERCS out of this game, as Katowice will be able to res Excalibur and keep him in this game. Some important eliminations, and they start to tick down as Myth just picked up Vivid in the kill feed. That's a big clash of names in the scene, and look, Myth and Cloud still alive on the left side. I think they might be surprising people in this.
Coffee and BF just going ham. They have about 6 eliminations right now, and on top of the placement points, that's a lot of points to rack up.
Far in history, all the way at the top of this zone as Jamside and SSK7 are trying to get down. That vent pops him back up and allows him to reposition. Will get into another position. The trap, however, does activate. Where is it? We didn't see it actually get put down.
Jamside, the only person on high ground right now, is all the other players. Well,
And History got dropped at the bottom here. Beehive taking a lot of damage. There's pop rockets going off everywhere. Nobody can hear a thing, but there are 5 eliminations between Vinny and Zexro as we're down to 7 players. Vinny and Zexro both in pretty good situation here, although they are on the low ground. It's Coffee, Beehive, Jamside, Vinny, Zexro, and Sky still alive on this one as Beehive is eliminated from this game. Vinny gets Coffee down to 4. 3 duos remain, and it's a 2v1v1 as Jamside trying to find any kind of angle that he can on this fight. Surely this has to be Zexro and Vinny's to lose at this point. The only duo that remains, but they don't have the high ground. Jamside takes a lot of damage. Good trade from Vinny. It's now a 2 versus 1 as Jamside has fallen. Where is Sky? He can't survive. Gets taken out. Vinny picks up the victory royale with Zexro. Aim Hero does just get Cripper for himself. Still looking at Bizzle and Demo. Launchpad up and onto somebody else's building for now. But look, they've lost the total high ground, being the absolute highest people.
And again, they do have the RPG, but
Bizzle
ends up getting knocked
rinsed down from the side as Demo does pick up Smeef, so that evens up the fight for now. Demo trying to get his way through the wall and just say, I'll res my partner, because Smeef is already getting picked up. Demo was not healthy enough to stay in that situation, and now he starts to run. You can see Cloud through the middle and a vertical rocket right up to try and upset Madsen and Seth from the top. Kinsel's trying to make his way up there. I think he just connected some damage onto Seth as well, but Seth has, you know, between them 3 eliminations to their name.
Every team here just trying to control the high ground as best as they can. That is going to be the key here on the mountain zone when it goes over the
Here
mountain.
we go again, those Saf and Zayt already 4 eliminations. They are under a lot of pressure. The Cling has come out and it's forcing Zayt to move forward. He didn't want to go into that little...
Zexro and Vinny actually ended up taking the high ground.
Yeah, they've reclaimed it again. We talked about their mobility, and now we'll see their healing come through. They've got that campfire, they have the materials, they have the high ground. Can they convert it into a second victory royale?
We have Zayt going down there. Animal still alive.
Keenstar's still up. Animal does just drop as we talk about it. A little bit of cast the curse, perhaps, as Keenstar and the rest. Madsen does get dropped. I thought dropped, but no, he just lost a lot of health. It looked like he was getting hit by something and took him all the way down, but he got Beehive. Seth is down. Madsen is able to survive for now.
Zexro and Vinny still controlling the high ground, just spraying at anybody who shows their head. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
10 players remain in the barrel, though, and we'll see whether Zexro and Vinny, they were on their own. Zexro picks up the elimination from the top as Zexro, 3 elims to his name for now. We'll see whether they can drop in and tidy up some more. Only 6 people remain. Vinny does get dropped down to 35 health as Zexro is going to try and build his way down. Has 90 health. Vinny is out of this exchange, so 5 players remain and 4 duos are still in with a running, and it's Cloud that is in here. This would be a big pickup if Cloud could convert this game.
They have 6 eliminations. If they can go for placement at least.
The trap does get set. Stompy picks up that elimination for himself. 1 versus 1. Cloud versus Stompy. Is this the moment that Cloud puts up the results here? Because 4 eliminations on the game. He's on the low ground, but has a decent setup by the looks of it. He just has to make sure he gets this. He's in the storm, and now off the cliff we go. Does Stompy find the angle here from the low ground? He's just waiting for Stompy to peek, trying to break him down, but you can't get through this amount of building for now. Oh no, Cloud! Oh, it takes so much damage! Oh, and he's in the zone! This is catastrophic for Cloud! That's heartbreaking, but Stompy picks it.
Insane to me, the amount of pressure and being able to deal with it. That is so impressive for such a young guy.
And not only that, even for the older guys, when you play like your entire, let's say, lifetime on Fortnite from home, from your own setup, different desk, different monitor, you know, it feels so different when you come to a LAN event right here, right now, and you need to get accustomed in just 24 hours. So to perform like you do at home, it's a big of a it's a big challenge, but they seem to be doing it well.
All right, we'll see if Myth pushes with Cloud. He is.
Okay, here we go. Myth going up. Actually, Excalibur already has a little bit of high ground there. He's trying to get those clingers, but it's not going to work. Cloud is going to take him out, so it's just now onto Katowice. He's actually all the way away. Not sure where he's going. They were not together at all. They kind of got split, and that's really good, Lothar. Exactly what Cloud and Myth need to do. And this is going to be a nice fight here. They need to kind of finish this off if they want the loot from Pleasant Park. It's not really enough for 2 duos. Here comes Coffee. Just get the nice shot. That is Vivid onto Coffee. And this is a nice play here, and a very important one as well. Poach takes out Coffee. Now, all to find just Beehive. Let's see if they can survive here. Not sure where they do finish that elim. There,
So
nice
there
shot.
it is, nicely.
That's all about opening up the sidewalls and everything there, Lothar.
What a great view. Honestly, this looks fantastic. Nikov just got knocked by a rocket launcher, got the damage from it, but still alive. Now Mitro reloading that rocket launcher, getting that.
This is it. This is the
That's the
moment. They need
rocket.
to try to push for hard. No, they're not going to do it. They're just going to knock him down. They have another opportunity later. Remember, he has one more rocket at least. And there, all the explosives on the mid ground. This is going to be really risky now for Provoked and Tux up on high ground.
A lot of players being eliminated right now. All those explosives are paying off for being held in the inventory for the late game. Provoked still on the high ground with Tux together.
There's
Nice synergy. They have really good position to just have a free shooting range.
Yeah, and Saf and Zay are still up right now. They use both of their rifts, right? But this is just chaos down on low ground. It's actually going to go quite up on high ground. Vinny here trying to take this last elim, but he has no mat, so he's going to be in trouble going over this. If he needs to get an elimination, no, he goes down.
He whiffs this shot.
Tux and Provoked still on high ground, but guess who's there? Zay and Saf again, but Zay gets knocked down. 9 players remaining.
Remember,
This is it. High ground is so key here. Provoked and Tux just taking all the shots they can. They're getting right to it. Zate's still up. It's also the VP player, 7 SSK7, against Provoked and Tux. So it's a 2v1v1. They have 4 elims to their name. They're looking for the last one. SSK7, we'll see what he's able to do. Does not have his teammate, so he's got to clutch up big. Here goes Provoked from 2 sides. He does
Nice
the
shot.
shot, and he's going to finish it here. Yes!
Oh my.
Tux gets him. The nice pinch there, Lothar. That's exactly what you want to do in those endgame situations. Here's the first shots going in. Funk Bomb trying to get the hand cannon shots to start.
he also has the purple dualies, which is a fantastic item for the game, but no builds for him. He forgets about that. He's getting punished.
Getting punished there, but it's just all up to Nate now. Actually,
Got the finish, he got the 50 HP, but it wasn't good enough, so Nate comes victorious, but without his teammate.
there's so much mobility being used now. Everybody's starting to leech on everybody else. And look at this. This is actually crazy by 7 SSK7. He's tarping so far on high ground.
He is cooperating, but his... Oh, no, never mind!
Who it is? It's Provoked and Tux again. They take high ground with the rift that they had. And unfortunately, they have to be careful. Remember, that is such a small carpet. There's only one line there. And now, Jamside, this is the last one from SSK7. He tries to stay alive. He has the HP to stay in zone right here, and he's going to get away from that player. Now, he makes it back into zone. He still has a chance here. Animal and Aspect as well going for high ground. You can see them right now. Crippa Boyer, Stompy Shinkin still up.
Aspect and Animal taking the ultimate high ground right now. They're gonna gatekeep everyone else from this position, cooperating in front. They're getting so much positioning right now, so much space, so much room to breathe.
This is so nice from them. That high ground, we saw how good it was for Provoked and Tux. They lost it just now, but Aspect and Animal, we'll see what they can do from high ground, see if they can have a perfect end game. And now, Vinny as well up. Sinu goes down. Poach actually alive as well. Oh, no!
What was that?
That was so many players just fell, and Animal and Aspect, they decide, hey, actually, this is the time I want to go down. It's going over this water here, right in the fatal. There, Aspect picking up one more. Boyer goes down to Poach. Kinstar goes down to as well. 6 players remaining.
Already 4 limbs on the Sentinels right now here.
Using
Vinny-
that campfire as he does. It's actually Vinny versus Hunter versus Aspect and Animal. We've seen this situation already. Let them fight down on low ground and then clean up the remains. There it is.
Goes Vinny, there it goes! Hunter as well, and Animal and...
I want to see them perform. I want to see, you know, Korea do well. Obviously, Australia, all the underdogs that are currently unknown, really, and not have much action. But this is huge! They shoot out the quad bike. Oh, NICKMERCS. Oh, Bowman, Alpha gone.
I think that was one of the players getting some damage done to him. He's going to be knocked down. Demo's going to get credit for that one. The Myth and Cloud, I want to start seeing get some eliminations here, get some damage being done. They're above the threshold, I believe, both the players. They have a rift to go as well if they need it for the next zone. But they have the high ground at the moment, and they have a shooting spree around them. Marky's going to fall. 7 SSK7 actually has been incapacitated at the moment, but like the Smith and Cloud playing together here, Bizzle going to be directly below them. Vinny and Zexro more than happy to just sit here on the low ground and let this one play out. Play for those placement points.
Things are just so hectic that you just can't keep up with all the action, Jason.
You have to find some sort of semblance here in this chaos, find some sort of route to fight your way out of it here if you want to get out of those darkest holes and into the bright limelight of a victory royale. Vinny, he's going to be alive with Zextro as well. Tomo, again, one of those ninjas we've been talking about. Him and Aydan have been doing fairly well as Kinzel. X8 going to be dropped on the low ground here. Bizzle trying to get his way across here. The X2 boy is going to be popping a rift, getting up high in the air.
Can Boya and Cripper get it? I don't think they can. They were down there for it, but I don't think they can squeeze in. I think they're going to have to find out the hard way how to get out of this circle, and it's going to be very difficult for them.
You can see the control they have of a lot of these walls for Zextro and Vinny, so this is really easy for them to rotate through. As you can see them trying to maintain high ground control. A lot of materials, a lot of builds left to go for themselves. Razaru to take down Kaiser Myths, eventually going to be dropped here by Jamside, and the high ground, it's now in the favor of the Aussies.
It's about time, Jason. It's about time. But Power has found an entrance there at the back. Have to be a little bit more defensive here. But he's going to actually give it up. He's going to go mid-ground instead. Maybe he's out of mats there, Power. But he had an opportunity to really disrupt the Australians. Item squeezing down on the low ground.
Squeaky bum moment for him as he has no HP here towards a very low ground. The Australians on the high ground with Jesse with 7 eliminations and the dream here. 10 players left alive. This is 100 points if they can pick the victory out. But there's going to be more than that, especially if they're able to get any more eliminations on top. That Cloud is still fighting for him. And Vinny going to be in there with Zextro as well, so we still have that duo left alive. Bizzle takes down Isma, and Tux somehow, another Ninja player, has been able to actually just sneak his way through here unharmed.
Yep, he's just going to have to play that low ground game, play it safe as much as he possibly can. Wiggle his way through that crazy maze that is now built underneath him. But he's in a bad position here. He's getting attacked every side of him. And now he manages to pick up Cloud.
It's getting rough here. You can see the Australian boys going to be fighting up against Vinny and Zextro. He's trying to battle out for who has the ultimate high ground, trying to shoot down, rain down damage from above. 5 players left to go here. Now Bizzle's going to be dropped. Zextro's going to get that elimination. Jesse's still on 7 limbs. Hasn't been able to take it to the next level just yet, but he has that big game under his belt already. And now with 4 left to go, it comes down to a 2-on-1 technically, because Vinny is down. I think they know this. I think they're going to try to rush into this one. Zextro has no chance of picking Vinny up. So can Zextro pull off the 1v2 or the Australians take here?
Zextro at the bottom, but this is huge for him. Obviously, hot contender already in first place.
Zextro, he's out of the storm. He's taking some damage. He's trying to take higher ground. He's trying to get around them. He's trying to somehow pull off this 1v2. And as we can see, it's not working out too well for them here. He's down on very low HP. And I think the Australians have done it. Renegades, Jesse and Jordan.
Yeah, everybody's kind of having that stalemate sort of period in a fight when the damage has been dealt, trying to find the heals, but the action kicks off again here with NICKMERCS as he dives down and tries to regroup with his teammate here.
Aydan was being shot from behind here. Nice little position kind of aim here as he gets rushed down, caught off guard. The elimination was certainly going to come through as he will be dropped out of this fight for now. And now his teammate FaxFox looking to run away here and hopefully get into the placings. But again, Aydan, NICKMERCS putting their foot down saying, hey, Tilted is ours. This Bowman and Alpha still looking to get a high ground position, but we're getting into the moving storms here, Zachabis, and this is where things are going to get very hectic for all of these players. Demo has been dropped 72 hours this fight. Aydan did secure the elimination onto Demo, so we've talked about Aydan and Tomo, and they're consistently getting into these high placements yet again.
I believe Vinny is the only one live here coming out from the TSM boys. That's it. He's by himself, same as Zay as well. But the rotations are now happening, and now the shots are firing coming in from Miz here. Lasers up a little bit of the build, but not landing any direct damage. He wants to try and maintain the high ground here. Can he find it? Will he be contested?
Oh, Razaru, the old Razzle Dazzles, he flies through the air and is eliminated in the sky. A little bit unfortunate for him, but again, you still have tomorrow to play another time, another round around. Aydan's still there trying to contest as well. Here's Excalibur's gonna be finished off by Nikov. We can hear the shots rallying off, and the 2 players of Jules and Mitch just trying to stick together and make sure they can make this work. Jamside again on high ground with 7 SSK7. We talked about this so many times. Able to maintain the high ground positions, don't have a single victory royale, and yet they're in the top 5 currently.
And have 5 eliminations as well to boot. They're in a great position to capitalize on a hell of a lot more points here, Jason, if they can just keep their cool and play it safe. Just not overcommit to a situation. They've already got the elims. They just need the placements right now.
Another Rift to go coming through. 7 SK7 trying to maintain this high ground position. You see Stompy still going to be there. Warrior as well. I think Sky has fallen. Crippa trying to run around, trying to help keep themselves alive. Aydan trying to get a little bit further ahead as well. No one is challenging this high ground position, and this is so big here for the VP boys. If they can maintain this even longer, the problem is, though, they're running out of materials because they're the ones being forced to build across to keep that position.
It's really hard to actually for anybody to try and contest the high ground here as we go enter low ground area here, but I've been mistaken before, and it has happened here as Bowman and Alpha have capitalized on the top ground.
Well, the VP guys are out of this one.
Kilos trying to survive. He's got 200 HP to work with here. Aydan actually takes down Fa. Fa's been able to make it into like top 7 when he lost his teammate within the first 2 circles. That man's done insane work here as Kripa's going to take down Kilos. Now trying to drop down here. 10 builds left to go. 8 now for Bowman. Kripa takes down Alphen from the low ground. You can see, and you can hear the traps, the miniguns, everything being thrown out here. The shotguns as well coming in, and we're down to 6 players.
Wow, what a play coming in from Boya and Kripa, pushing the high ground immensely well there, taking out Bowman as well. Brilliant retake of the high ground there. Great play on 5 eliminations. It's all to play for as we have 5 players left.
3 duos left to go as well. Kripa and Boyer, 8 eliminations for themselves. They could have another 3 added to the list here if they can keep this pace up here. But Boyer's been knocked down. He actually fell off of this one. I think he ran out of materials, and that's going to be unfortunate because now Kripa has to be the one to defend. He's got 127 HP. He's got the good weaponry to actually pull this off. But Vilix, look at him. He's actually been able to take the high ground himself. The Storm is continuing to move. He's got nothing left to build with. And where is he going to fall? He's looking for the shot. He connects, and he's going to ride this to hopefully to a victory. And he comes back in. Vilix and Kinza with 6 eliminations. My lord, he had me wondering what was his plan. And that shows how one game, how one round can really change the tides of our standings. You had Zayt and Saf, who were ranked 2nd, dropped down to 5th. You mentioned Jamside and 7 SSK7. They've been able to take 2nd place, and there we go. Vilix and Kinzel, 6th place now,
Big,
318 points.
Yeah, huge performance in that final game, and you can see, you know, Demo and Bizzle still within striking distance. Myth and Cloud, good performance from them as well. And Sky and Vato, they were really impressive, both of those players, especially Sky, in the solo performances yesterday. So a lot of players are going to take, I think, a lot of belief into day 2 now. You feel like maybe if Vinny and Zextro picked up another, you know, really good place in there with some limbs, put big points on the board, then maybe the confidence might have drained out of a few of these players and they would have had to challenge some of those landing spots. But now the competition has been blown completely wide open.